Hey guys, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas Hardcore. In the last episode, we started heading through Charleston Cave to find out what the source of the Nightstalker's stealthing mutations were about. And in this episode, we're gonna hopefully figure out what that actually is, because we made a pretty good way through the cave so far. I'm sure we're getting closer and closer to the end, so let's go see if we can find the end and where this cursor's pointing at. Cautioned. Oh, there's one right there. That was right up in my face. I had a feeling that was gonna happen as soon as I walked around the corner. Oh, another one. Wow. That's not the button I wanted to press. That's console command. I wanted to open this. I'm probably gonna die because I'm not gonna regenerate health quick enough. Goody. I'm trapped. Surprised I didn't die. Finally hit it. Got it. Could not hit that thing worth crap. Okay, let's see if anything else is gonna ambush us along the way. Wow, I drank down some high quality H2O. Oh, come on, more? Can't hit it. That saved me because I can't aim with this mouse for some reason. Wow, that super stim pack really jacked up my health. It healed me pretty quickly. I'm kind of surprised. Sucky part about the super stim packs is that they decrease your strength by 1, I believe, over time. Oh man, I'm pretty beat up. Yeah, stim pack sickness, minus strength and minus agility. Okay, so the source over here, you just want to go in here and pick up this chewed Stealth Boy, and that's more or less what we have to grab. Ooh, I did not notice that the last time. A unique super sludge. I have to take it. Even though, well, I have a lot more storage in my. What am I trying to say? I have a lot more room for carrying stuff than I realized. But there's another pathway you can go down there. I'm sure there's more Nightstalkers in the water, probably. Or, if anything, there might be some lake lurks down there. Nope, not gonna go fight them in close quarters. No, thank you. I'll wait until later. Not going there. So we're gonna head out of the cave and head back to Jacobstown, and I'll meet you guys there. Okay guys, I know I was going to say when we were back here in Jacobstown, we are, I guess, but I was going to go back to Dr. Henry, but I just wanted to show you guys that if you, oh, that's the wrong button. If you lockpick these doors, there's a few items in here. One of these bungalows contains a Nuka-Cola Victory, which is just a special Nuka-Cola that's red. And then there's a few other things within the bungalows. There's 3 of them, I believe, you can go in. But this one in particular, you can get a service rifle and some ammo if you would wish. But I'm just going to grab the ammo and go, because I was never a big fan of the service rifles. And then also there's duct tape. I believe this is variant, because the one time I did this, there was 2 duct tapes and a wrench, so it seems like the items in that toolbox are random, probably generated somehow. Certain percentage, I'm assuming. But the rest of these bungalows are more or less tied up, and then there's one here. In this one here, there's a star bottle cap on the table here. Other than that, there's not too much else. There's a bunch of alcohol and everything. Chestboard with poker chips you can't even sell. So those are wasted. They're just there. Wow, this third bungalow has the Nuka-Cola Victory in it, sitting right in this fridge here. That's not really a fridge because it's kind of tore apart. And then there's packs or carton of cigarettes over here to sell, and I'll take that just because it gives me free health without really doing too much. Okay, now I'll meet you back with Dr. Henry. Okay, back with Dr. Henry.
Is there something else I can do for you?
I found a chewed up Stealth Boy in the Nightstalker's lair.
There's still power, but the casing is cracked. I'm astonished that exposure to the stealth radiation could induce mutation so rapidly. More importantly, this explains why my research into this group of Nightstalkers hasn't come up with a cure for the Nightkin. There's only one avenue left for me. I need to run the Mark II test on Lily. It's the only way.
Why Lily and not some other Nightkin?
Lily is eccentric, certainly, but I've never felt she was dangerous. More importantly, she asked if she could help me in some way. I've told her about the risks, and she's still in...
What are the risks of the experiment?
Possibly immediate and permanent mental damage. There's a reason the Stealth Boy Mark II has never got beyond the prototype stage. Lily already has a pre-existing condition.
I'll talk to Lily then.
I'll be waiting.
Morning.
Lily will be out here, standing over here. Just go over and talk to her. I don't know why I pulled out my gun. It was just kind of happened.
Jimmy! Little Jimmy! My, how you're grown up! So good of you to come visit your...
Did you still want to help Dr. Henry run his experiment?
Of course, dearie. I know it's dangerous, but it'll all turn out for the best. You'll see. I'll go to him now. It would be rude to keep him waiting.
Okay, so to start the experiment, you have to talk to Dr. Henry.
The equipment is hooked up and ready. We can start the test as soon as you give me the go-ahead.
Go ahead and start the test.
Very well. Please stand back. I don't want any erroneous readings. You're welcome to stay and observe.
Okay, I will.
All right, power on the Stealth Boy, Lily.
Turning it on. Feels strange. Strange, but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts now. Think about smashing a rad scorpion.
Lily smash! Yeah!
How are those readings looking, Calamity?
Stealth field is stable, and the readings are clean. Gamma wave activity is 0. odd. But everything looks right.
All right, we're done here. Go ahead and power the Stealth Boy down, Lily.
Oh, I liked having it on.
I'll get back to you on that in a moment, once I've analyzed the results.
Well, well, congratulations on getting the Mark II prototype functional, Doctor. Now, just hand it over, and we'll be on our way. My request is perfectly reasonable. Give us the Stealth Boy specs, and there will be no need for us to splatter the room with your insides.
We can talk this out, right? I don't want to be splattered across the room. I talked it out with other Nightkins, and we got to a peaceful conclusion. The Mark IIs are even more dangerous than the standard Stealth Boys.
Our lives, our decision to make. We're tired of sitting around in Jacobstown waiting for a cure.
What are you planning to do once you have the specs?
There are caches of Stealth Boys out there. With a Mark II in hand, it shouldn't be difficult to upgrade every one of them.
Yeah, and then there's Nightkins at the Repcon facility. They were looking for a cache too there, but they didn't find any of them because they got recalled. But you know what? I want to be peaceful. I don't want to fight you, mainly because I'm injured this hardcore, and you probably will all beat me up. So, Dr. Henry, do as he asks.
Good, good. Smart move, human.
No need for violence, especially on hardcore. If you can avoid it, that's
They say
always the
those
best thing,
robots
in my
on the
opinion.
strip are running around with
Someone's
different
watching
faces or
me.
something.
I can feel
Don't
it.
ask, because I don't know. You hear there was some kind of shootout at one of them casinos on the strip? Some people got killed. I
Yep.
think those Nightkin are going to cause a lot of trouble. But I guess giving them the specs was better than killing them. I did
Yeah.
get a lot of useful data from the experiment, and I'm much closer to a... It's occurred to me that this brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. However, if Lily were to continue to wear the prototype...
What do you want to do?
I'm close to the cure. I can feel it. Lily's continued help will give me the last bit of data that I need.
Now you have the option to say, it's too great, the risk to Lily is too great. Or you can say to continue the Mark II prototype. Lily technically, in my opinion, has brain damage as it is already. I mean, she called me Jimmy. I'm not Jimmy. And this would be good, and she wanted to help. She didn't care about the risk. She was aware of the risk. So because she said that, I say we should still continue to do the. She should continue to wear the prototype.
Very well. It will be worth it, I'm sure.
So there we go. We got some XP. Not enough for a level up though. We completed that quest. Now, since we got Rex on, yeah, Rex, that's right. I thought I got that wrong for a second there. Now, since we have Rex, he's got a new brain and everything. You know who I think we should go show the new brain to? No one other than the King. Alright, I'll see you guys there. Okay, so we're back with the King. We got Rex with us, so.
Why, Rexy, you look all better, boy. Good as new. Did my Rexy get a new brain?
He sure did.
You're a man of your word, no doubt about it. I can't thank you enough. If you want, hold on to Rex for a little while longer. I'm sure he'd enjoy that. Was there anything else you wanted?
That's about it. Just thought I'd tell you about how well Rex is now. Now, I don't want Rex to get hurt and killed, so I'm gonna let him go. He can stay here with the King. And he'll spawn over here, standing. I'm surprised he's not with the King, but that's just my opinion.
There's talk of someone going into the Lucky 38 to talk to Mr. House. That's bullshit. Everyone knows Mr. House doesn't talk to anyone.
Alright, so we're done with that little side quest. Now, you know what? I thought of another one we could do that's very close to here, and we can just walk over and start it. It's over in the Atomic Wrangler. There's actually two little side quests we can do, actually. Here, I'll show you. You remember when we talked to the followers of the apocalypse in the other part of Freeside, and they said how they needed some help with supplies and supporting all the patients and stuff. Well, one of the options, if you remember, was to come over here and talk to the Garretts, of Atomic Wrangler, and they will help with supplying supplies for the followers so they can make medicine and stuff. I'll show you what I mean in a sec here.
Out across the river. I hope they're not planning to attack.
Followers need to find someone to trade with for supplies.
Really now? Well, this is news. We could possibly supply what they need, but they would need to supply us in kind. They have the tech know-how to make our stills work more efficiently. Pure alcohol means we can get our customers drunk quicker. Getting our customers drunk quicker means more caps spent at the tables and stuffing slots, if you know what I mean. Plus, the extra alcohol can serve as surgical disinfectant for their needs. The followers are a good lot. They've stitched up our boys in the past.
I might be able to work something out.
Good. We can supply them with all the med-X they need. For the fixer, we'll only be able to send over some basic drug components. We're not in the business of getting people off drugs, so we don't really dabble in that side of things. The followers should be able to whip some up with what we have available, though. They just need to agree to fix up our stills and keep them maintained, plus cover the cost for raw materials needed to make the alcohol.
Okay, so there's that part. We'll do that in a little bit. Let's see what he has for sale, just, in case... Yeah, see, I'll buy some of that just because it doesn't have any really negative effects. Oh, it does? I didn't know it made me thirsty. I thought I saw it said it didn't make me thirsty. Whatever. Whatever, it's only 5 H2O. It's not that big of a deal.
Another satisfied customer.
Okay, so to do the side quest I was talking about before, the one with the followers apocalypse one, you want to select, do you have any work you need done?
We've got the basics covered, but now you mention it, we have had unusual requests from some of our wealthier customers. If you can recruit escorts to match these customers' proclivities, I'd be willing to pay you finder's fees.
What sort of proclivities are we talking about?
Our wealthiest client has a thing for ghouls and a thing for cowboys. He wants an escort who can satisfy both fetishes. Plenty of customers have said they'd be willing to pay extra for a suave talker, someone who can fake the boyfriend experience real good. And then there's these disgusting robot fetishists you may have heard about. Well, those creeps want a sex bot. If you ever run across a sex bot, not that I'd ever want one within 100 feet of me, but I gotta be a businessman about it.
I expect 100 caps minimum for each candidate I bring in.
Just don't rough up the merchandise before delivery. You break it...
I'll see what I can do.
Just direct them to the Wrangler. I'll pay you when they show up.
Okay, so one of the things you want to click next before you leave is, any idea where I should look for a sex bot?
The best place to start would be with Ralph, at Mick and Ralph's over on the east end of Freeside. Other than that, your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. So that'll help us with something with the sex bot. It'll make it a little bit easier. Now the closest candidate is over, actually back at the Followers of the Apocalypse, the place that they, have their base at. I forget what it's called, to be honest. I can't think what it's called right now. I cannot think of what it's called right now.
Found it. Mick and Ralph's.
What's this place called? Old Mormon Fort. See, I couldn't think what the name was. And here, as you can see already, right there walking, is the ghoul and the cowboy, more or less. So we'll do that. Well, actually, we'll go find Julie first and tell her about the deals with the Garretts.
Smoke rising from the east.
I think I found someone who who will be able to cover your supplies.
That's phenomenal. Who did you find?
The Garrett twins.
They supply Freeside with drugs and liquor. From my point of view, they're just better organized pushers. Upgrading their stills would increase their supply of liquor and chems. How does that help Freeside?
With a surplus of supplies, you could use your caps and influence to expand.
Good point. We wouldn't be paying anything for their supplies, just a portion of our food waste to make ethanol. We get food from nearby Wasteland farmers in exchange for medical services, so we could put our caps back into helping Freeside. Tell the Garretts we'll keep their stills running if they provide us with supplies. Thank you for arranging this. You've been a godsend.
See if, well, while I'm here, I might as well fix some of my crippledness.
I'm amazed you managed. This should help with the pain. Anything else?
Do you have any, are you selling any supplies? Like water? Thank you. And a doctor's bag, I'll take one of those. Alright, so after talking to Julie, you know, we got, or it didn't fix us, I still have a broken limb. How do I still have a broken limb? What the heck, Julie? I thought you fixed my limbs. You must just... I'm surprised you walked around with your leg like that. You didn't even fix it. It's still crippled. Ah, doctors these days. So we'll talk to this cowgirl named Beatrix.
Howdy.
Howdy. Now, before you talk to her, if you want her to work for the Garretts, you either need a speech of 35 or a barter of 35.
They already have that pig McCaffrey working for them. Do they need another?
This would be as an escort.
I've escorted my share of idiot tourists around Freeside. Too much trouble for what it pays.
When I said escort, I mean prostitute.
I'm all boot, knives, and leather, friend. And a ghoul besides. What kind of weirdo wants what I've got?
Turns out there's customers looking for someone just like you.
Weirdos into bullwhips and necrosis, huh? What am I thinking? I'm no whore. And I ain't about to hand my ass over to some penny ante hustler like he owns me.
As you can see, I need either 35 speech or 35 barter. I don't have either, so I'm going to use a skill book and we'll try this again. Whichever one I have more of. I only have one barter book. Wow, I have 3 speeches. Okay, I'll use a speech one.
Howdy.
You'd be an independent with a deep discount on booze, maybe.
They do have a damn good selection of hooch over at the Wrangler. If I get to choose my customers, if I get to be a little rough with them, if my cut is fair, and if I get that discount, tell the Garretts I'll stop by to work.
Okay, so that's one of the requests. Now, the other person that James Garrett wants is a suave talker. That's the next closest one to us. He's over by, he's near, I'm going to say near, Mick and Ralph's. And the nice thing is I wanted to go to Mick and Ralph's and ask him about that sex bot, so we're kind of going in the direction, you know, to do kind of both quests, so it's kind of convenient. But I believe I'm going to go to Mick and Ralph's first, because, one, it's just closer. And the suave talker's on this other side of this destroyed building. So I'm just going to go to Mick and Ralph's and talk to them first.
Hello.
Howdy there, Ralphie.
Pimpin' ain't easy, huh? Maybe if you find some decent talent, I'll start visiting the Wrangler more often.
What the hell is that about? Would you happen to know where I could find a sex bot?
Are you some kind of machine fetishist or something?
The dealers are looking to satisfy certain customers.
Well, the only place I know of locally would be Cerulean Robotics. That place has been overrun by vermin for years. If you want to check the place out, you can find it on the west side of Freeside. The entrance is on the back side of the building. Just watch out for thugs. The rats aren't the only vermin you need to worry about.
Is there a holotape or anything I need for a sex bot?
I don't know of any, but if you give me a few days and some caps, I think I could probably make one on my terminal.
Here you go, pays 150 caps.
Alright, come back in a couple days, and I should have a...
Okay, so let's go find the Suave Talker. I could probably go through this building to get there quicker. I could be wrong. Oh no, there's an exit over here, much quicker. And over here's the Suave Talker, the one that's sitting down.
How are you today? Santiago is fabulous.
Oh yeah, you can tell by his voice he's a suave person. James Garrett is looking for a suave escort interested in some work.
I'm honored they would consider me. I'll start immediately.
Goodbye. Okay, so that was real quick, as you could see. And you see that guy is signaling, you know, hey, come over here. Don't do it, he'll kill you. He'll try to anyway. Don't do it. Not worth it. So I'm going to go back to the Atomic Wrangler and talk to James Garrett about so far of what we accomplished. So back here in the Atomic Wrangler, we shall go talk to James.
Some guys were in here earlier saying you survived Benny's goon squad. That's one hell of a feat, bud. Have a drink on me.
Well, thank you. I spoke with Julie Farkas. She said the followers will accept your offer.
Hey, that's great. We'll get some supplies sent over today as a show of good faith. Once our stills are upgraded, we'll never be short on liquor for our patrons. If Jacob Hoff is sober, we might even have a few new drinks on tap. Most might view us as drug-dealing enablers around here. But honestly, we care about our patrons. It's bad business for people to get addicted. We've got enough crime in Freeside without a bunch of strung-out junkies robbing traders and gamblers to afford their next fix.
Okay, so you wanted a smooth talker for an escort? I found one.
And who would that be?
Santiago's your man.
That honey-mouthed son of a bitch? Fine. At least left to shut up occasionally. Those pretty lips of his are gonna see more traffic than a Brahmin trail in low summer.
I actually found you an escort who is a ghoul and a cowboy.
Imagine that! What's his name and when's he start?
Her name's Beatrix, and she can start immediately.
A she, huh? Well, I guess the customer who made that request can't get everything he wants. Hell, who knows? He might not even notice the difference.
Other than the ghoul having a vagina and no penis. Come on now. Come on, use your brain a little bit. Alright, so...
Benny went MIA, huh? The best place to start...
Okay, so, I believe we're gonna call it quits for this episode. I'm gonna advance maybe a day or so. And see if, Ralph has that, holotape done then. So next time we'll be going to visit Ralph and see if he has that tape done. Alright, I'll see you guys then.